Spy Family is overrated, but that doesn't mean it's not a good show. I think the hype for Spy Family was blown way out of proportion for the show that was delivered. I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why Spy Family wasn't as good as it could have been. And finally, I'll tell you why it might still be watchable when the second season comes out. Even though we started out strong with Loid shifting disguises and taking down bad guys, things slowed to a screeching halt due to the immature theme of this anime. I'm honestly not sure who the target demographic is for this show. Look, I know that all shonen shows are for teenage boys, but there's a lot in this show where I'm sure a 5-year-old would really enjoy it. It's weird though, because when Loid is building his fake family and trying to get Anya into school, the theme is very clear. Loid is a super spy who has to accomplish his mission. It really focuses on him, and by the time Anya starts school, we think that we have a pretty good idea about the main concept. However, the series shifts focus to include all 3 family members as main characters, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is the fact that the show has no main theme. We get that Loid is trying to accomplish his mission, but they end up doing random stuff each episode and delving into side character stories. That's not a deal breaker though. So let's get into my next point about Spy Family. This anime is simply too wacky for me. I thought it was going to be a little more serious because of all the hype it had as a good show. I thought we were going to get a more down-to-earth series about a spy in real trouble at times, but there are way too many wild things happening for me to call this anime a high-quality show. I wouldn't recommend Spy Family as a great anime. I would say that it's a fun show to watch, but it really doesn't need to be taken seriously at all. We had Yor climbing walls like a spider, Anya and her classmates singing in a fever dream, and Yor, again, kicking a car off the road. Sure, it's funny. It's not out of the realm of possibilities as far as anime goes, but when I think about Spy Family now, I classify it as a gag anime akin to The Way of the House Husband or The Disastrous Life of Psyche K. So that doesn't mean that Spy Family is objectively a bad show. It just means that I watch it with less intensity than I do other more grounded shows. And that bleeds into my next point. The tone is way off in this anime. Sometimes it is very serious, and it seems like Loid could actually die. But the next scene is Yor doing flips from 100 feet in the air safely onto the ground. So I think it's going to be something a little less realistic and goofy. Boom. Then it hits you with that depression caused by Anya's most likely abusive past. I just can't really get into a show that is out of this world but tries to ground you in reality.
So you want a realistic, down-to-earth show that's completely off the wall.
I get that you can have different tones in one show. I think that Mob Psycho 100 does that brilliantly, but it's written into that anime. In Spy Family, it's supposed to be realistic, but Yor has superpowers even though we have no reason for that. Here's the thing though, Anya has a superpower and that's just fine. I have never once complained about Anya having telepathy because it is clearly written into the show as a real thing. Yor has superpowers for literally no reason. Besides comedic effect maybe. Sure, that comedy is great, but at the expense of a realistic anime, it just ruins the show. So my main gripe is that Spy Family won't pick a tone. Is it serious? Is it funny? Is it realistic? Is it sad? I don't know. It's all over the place. Here's my counterpoint though. Spy Family isn't a bad show. It is funny. It is enjoyable. It is a good anime. It's just not as good as people have hyped it up to be. Loid is an overpowered spy, Yor is a funny assassin, and Anya is, well, Anya is just plain wholesome. It's a great experience and the story isn't terrible. The manga doesn't exactly improve on anything, but it does flesh out the characters a little more. We get to see a better picture of the world and we get some pretty good background for Loid and other characters. So will Spy Family be an S-tier anime? No way. But will it be something fun to tune into on a Sunday afternoon for 30 minutes? Of course it will. There's going to be a movie that I think will be fully original, so I'm definitely going to see that in theaters. Spy Family received too much hype, but it's still a worthwhile show to watch if you aren't going to take it seriously. Let this anime surprise you and forget those wacky episodes that don't really interest you. This show isn't as emotionally moving as maybe Mob Psycho. It's not as existentially serious as Cowboy Bebop. Spy Family is a break from normal life, and the manga continues continues to deliver simplistic fun. So, if you guys like this show, I am with you. But to say it is an objectively great anime that deserved the massive hype behind it, that is simply inaccurate. Make sure that you're subscribed, and if you like this video, be sure to check out my video on why I was wrong about anime. It'll be in the outro. As always, this is the Eagle-Eyed Samurai, signing off.